Moonbo's Doughnuts, making only the finest donuts since who knows when. Local ingredients and local jobs is our motto. Proudly serving Scrap Mechanic City the best donuts around. Why look, here's a delivery leaving the door as we speak.
Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanics. So, you might be wondering where I was for Multiplayer Monday today, and if you want to find out more information about that, then stay tuned until the end of the video because I will be addressing it there, and you can get some more information regarding that. But today, guys, we are going to be reviving Scrap Mechanic City. That is right, I am so excited to finally be back in Scrap Mechanic City. I've got some more builds lined up for this kind of module setting. But today we're going to be checking out a donut factory. Why a donut factory? I don't know, actually. You're probably better off just not asking the question and just enjoying the build for what it is, I guess. So we're going to check out this factory and maybe even try some crazy things inside of it and check out those really cool donut trucks as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's check it out. Alright, so here we are at the front of the building. As you can see, we have a really cool donut factory sign here with a massive donut that is full of sprinkles. It kind of reminds me of The Simpsons, to be honest with you. And a kind of multicolored donut factory symbol here. We have the old-timey looking factory. So I was trying to go for an old-timey look as per the intro, I'm sure you could imagine. So here you can see we even have some smokestacks in the back. Why? I don't know. I mean, I guess making donuts way back in the day was a very polluting kind of thing to do. So let's walk up towards the front here. And right here you can see this is just kind of like a check-in counter of some sort for people who would be working inside the factory. And here we go, we can walk inside the factory floor. So as you can see, there are a few different stations set up here for the donuts. We are going to go through each one of those in a moment, and we're just going to turn the corner here. And as you can see, this is also the packing and staging area here. You can see I have like a makeshift forklift. I've modified that one so many times now. This is the same forklift, guys, that I've used like 3 times now, and it's very useful. So you can see we have some pallets that are laid out as well that we will be putting some of these donuts in. So let's get over here and flash up the lights. So there we go, we have some lighting overhead that we can use to see way better. And this is the panel right here that we can open up, and there are the 2 switches to activate all of these different stations. But before we do that, we are just going to talk about each one. So right here you can see this is like the donut staging area, I guess. So this is where we would take our donuts and like roll them up in their donut shape and move them onto these conveyor belts. So this is the first kind of initial conveyor belt where the dough would have time to kind of settle or rise or who knows what. And then it moves over here. There's like some inspection cameras to make sure those donuts are most certainly donuts. And then right here, this is the fryer section. So the donuts will drop in here. I'm going to warn you guys, there's pretty bad FPS drop when that happens. And they move along this belt over up to here. And then here they just kind of quickly get baked under some heating lamps. And then they drop into this little section here. So I can't actually do it, but this is where there would be like sugar or something like that, cinnamon. And you would load it all into this section here, and then they get transferred over to this kind of spot right here, and then they get packaged into the pallets. So I guess there's only one thing to do, guys. I have a set of donuts here. I have been hard at work in the factory getting donuts for you guys, so I'm going to turn this whole thing on now. So I'll press both of these switches and shut the door. Alright, so there we go. Now the entire thing is running. I'm going to turn the in-game volume down a little bit so it's not so annoying with all these electric motors, because before I press this magic lever here, you guys can see, there it is. Look at this. This is the conveyor belt system. It's pretty crazy. There are a lot of motors in here, but surprisingly, guys, it only lags 1 time in the fryer, so let's do this. Alright, here we go. The donuts are now on the move. So as you can see, I have some wheels there that just kind of make sure that the donuts actually get pushed onto their respective conveyor belt. So we can retract that, and now we can see the donuts are on the move. Alright, so, I mean, there's no real reason why they're organized in this way. They just are. So here we go. The donut is going to cause mad lag. Here we go. Dropping down to 5 FPS. And then once the donut settles, look at this. The FPS come right back. So we're going to have to go through this a few more times. Alright, there we go. The donuts are now back on the move. That one moment is so laggy. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of them falling down, I think. I don't know. They're pretty simple donuts. Alright, so here we go. We can actually just kind of step into the hot oil. Ouch, ouch. Alright, there we go. And we can watch the donuts rise up here under the baking lamps. And there we go. The donuts are now falling into the sugar section here. So there we go. Old-fashioned donuts just for you guys. There's 2 over there. Another one dropping in. Alright, there we go. The full batch has made it. It took quite a bit of tries to actually make it so that these donuts wouldn't get caught up and stuck along the way. Alright, so now the donuts have gotten all their sugar and stuff on them. We can press that button, which then throws them into the packing area. So there is one little piece of wood there that makes sure all the donuts have made it in. And then we press that one more time and it does it again. Oh, I just got the donut thrown in my face. Whoa. Oh man, that was crazy. I just got attacked by a donut. That is the craziest thing I've ever had happen to me in Scrap Mechanic. Alright, so now, the last thing to do is load the donuts into the pallet. So there we go, we have our little arm, and the donuts get thrown into the pallet. Oh guys, I think I'm gonna have a black eye after this one shot me in the face. Alright, so we can put that away now, and as you can see, we have the donut pallet ready for delivery. So let's go over here. We're gonna open up this door. Nice big garage door. As you can see, it's a switch on the outside as well as the inside. So here we go. We can just show you guys there. It's just some piston action on the inside there. Alright, so here we have the delivery truck. So I ended up keeping this delivery truck as simple as possible because this build is also extremely laggy. So it has a really cool sign on it that says Doughnuts. And it also has this back area here to put the pallets in. Now, I will admit, these trucks did end up much wider than I really wanted to, and that was because of the pallet design. But as you can see, it is nonetheless really cool. So let's kind of make our way here like this and back up to the loading section. Alright, right about there. So we can press the 1 key from inside the driver's seat, which will open up our bay doors, as you can see. So we have plenty of room in there for our pallet of donuts. Alright, so we have our little modified forklift. I didn't really finish this, as you can see, but it was just to be able to move these pallets, and the turning radius is actually terrible on this thing. Alright, there we go. So now we are lined up, I think, with the pallet. Perfect. And we can press the 1 key, which will pull that up, and now we can slowly back it up. Alright, we'll have to probably bump those pallets there around a little bit. Let's just, you know, have some extremely inappropriate driving in this warehouse. You know, it's the olden days. Safety wasn't so much a concern back then. Alright, there we go. We now have our pallet lined up. We can press the 2 key there and drive it straight in like so, and press the 2 key again, and we just have to kind of back up a little bit like this. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now the pallet of donuts is set inside of the truck, so the only thing we have to do now is shut the door like that and hop into the seat. There we go. We now have a fresh supply of donuts ready for Scrap Mechanic City. So there you have it, guys. That is the Doughnut Factory in Scrap Mechanic City. I'm really looking forward to continuing on with the Scrap Mechanic City series, and I hope you are as well. So guys, if you have any more suggestions for these city modules, then let me know down in the comments. I would like to hear your suggestions and bring them to life in Scrap Mechanic. So if you guys do want to see more, though, make sure you hit that like button as well. It'll let me know you guys are ready for more endless Scrap Mechanic. Now, before I finish this video, I did say I was going to talk about Multiplayer Monday, so this is the part of the video where I will. So as you guys have noticed, I didn't participate in Multiplayer Monday today, and that is because I've decided to take a break from it for a little while. And I have a few reasons why, namely, I have only limited time on my hands when it comes to the week-to-weeks and making the videos that I do make, and I work a full-time job on top of all of this as well, so I try my best, and it's hard to stay motivated sometimes and creative, and really it does drain, especially playing a game like Scrap Mechanic. So I decided I wanted to free up some time for myself, and that would allow me to maybe get a little more motivated in my Scrap Mechanic builds and the creations that I do make. So I do apologize if Multiplayer Monday is something that you really did enjoy on the channel. It's not something that necessarily is gone forever. It's something that could certainly come back at some point. But of course, guys, there will always be other challenges on the Scrapman channel. Of course, you guys know Scrapman, he will never, ever stop playing his challenges, because they are definitely so much fun, and I have always had a lot of fun playing with them, with Con Gaming and Komodo Gaming and Scrapman. It's always been a blast, so I definitely never want to stop doing that for good. So that's pretty much all I have to say on that subject, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in to Endless Scrap Mechanic. I sure hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one, so bye for now.